It started on a cold, rainy evening in a quiet neighborhood nestled on the outskirts of Chicago. Ryan Matthews, a single dad in his late 30s, was driving home from his second job. His jacket was damp, his hands numb, and his heart heavy. Life hadn't been kind since cancer took his wife 3 years ago. Raising his son Noah, now 8, alone while juggling 2 jobs and mounting bills had worn him thin. But he never complained, not once. Everything he did for Noah. That night, as he drove past the abandoned gas station on Lincoln Road, something made him slow down. At first, it was just a blur. But then he saw her. A girl, maybe 15 or 16, soaked to the bone, clutching a tattered backpack and huddled behind a dumpster. Her eyes, those eyes, were full of fear and something else, defeat. He could have driven on. Most people did. But Ryan wasn't most people. He pulled over, rolled down the window. "You okay?" he called gently. The girl flinched like a wild animal. "I'm not gonna hurt you," he said, stepping out into the rain. "My name's Ryan. You shouldn't be out here." She didn't speak, just stared at him, frozen. Ryan reached into his car and pulled out the thermos of soup he hadn't touched since lunch. "Here," he said, placing it a few feet away from her. "It's warm. I'll wait in the car." And he did. For 20 minutes. Then, slowly, she crept forward, grabbed the thermos, and disappeared behind the dumpster again. The next night, she was there again. This time, she approached his car. "My name's Lily," she whispered. That one name opened a new chapter in both their lives. Lily had been in and out of foster care since she was 6. Her last placement turned abusive. She'd run away 3 weeks earlier and had been living on the streets, dodging predators and sleeping in alleys. She had no family, no one who'd even noticed she was missing. Ryan called every shelter he could, every hotline. But none had room. It was the holidays. Everything was full. He couldn't leave her out there again. So he brought her home. Noah took to her instantly. She was kind, funny, and fiercely protective of him. But Ryan knew how dangerous this was. Housing a runaway without reporting her could cost him custody of Noah, or worse. Still, he couldn't sleep at night thinking of her out there. So he made a deal, with himself. He'd give her 1 week. 1 week to help her figure things out. But a week turned into 2. Then a month. And during that time, something beautiful happened. Lily began to trust again. She started cooking dinner with Noah, helping him with homework, leaving silly notes for Ryan in the kitchen. "Don't burn the toast today, Chef Dad." For the first time in her life, someone looked at her not with suspicion, but with warmth. Still, the truth loomed. Ryan knew he had to make a decision. Then, one night, Lily didn't come home. Ryan panicked. Called every friend, every shelter. Nothing. He was about to call the police when she stumbled through the door, her lip bleeding, her clothes torn. She had gone back, to confront the man who had hurt her in her last foster home. She'd wanted to make sure no other girl would suffer the way she had. Ryan sat her down, cleaned her wounds, and looked her in the eye. "You don't have to fight alone anymore," he said softly. "I'm not your problem," she whispered. "Your family," he replied. The next day, Ryan did the hardest thing. He reported everything. Told the authorities about Lily, her past, her injuries. And yes, he admitted to housing her illegally. There were consequences. Child services came. He was investigated. But the caseworker assigned to the file had a daughter in the same foster system. She saw what Ryan had done, not as reckless, but as brave. She helped him file for temporary guardianship. The court case was long. There were hearings, evaluations, red tape. But throughout it all, Lily stood by Ryan's side. And so did Noah. Then came the day of the final hearing. The judge looked at Ryan. "Mr. Matthews, are you prepared to become the legal guardian of Lily Grace Carter?" Ryan's voice didn't tremble. "Yes, Your Honor. With all my heart." "And Lily," the judge asked, "do you consent to this arrangement?" Tears rolled down Lily's cheeks as she nodded. "He saved me," she said. "Now I want to save him back." A year later, Lily was accepted into college with a full scholarship. She wanted to study social work, to help kids like herself. Ryan couldn't have been prouder. On the day she left for school, she handed him a letter. Inside, it read, "You gave me a home when I had nothing. You taught me that family isn't blood, it's love. Now it's my turn to carry that love forward. Thank you for being my dad when the world gave up on me." This story isn't just about rescue. It's about redemption, love, and second chances. It's about how a single act of courage can create a ripple that changes lives forever. And sometimes, the people we save end up saving us right back. End credits roll, soft music plays, and a photo montage shows Ryan, Lily, and Noah smiling, cooking, dancing in the kitchen, a family not by blood but by choice.